Hi class. So today we're going to start going over gestures again, just a quick reminder of those, and then I'll show you how to use your pencils because some of you got your pencils in the mail and had some questions. So this pack of pencils is not the exact same as the one you guys have, but it's very similar, just from a different company. And all the pencils have different names like HB, 4H, 4B, and what that means is H stands for hard, which is a hard pencil, and B stands for soft. So what I'm going to start with is an HB, which is kind of really just like a number two pencil. And then I'm going to go this direction with my H pencil. So this is a hard pencil. You can see the line is pretty soft, or is pretty a very light gray. It's not dark. So I'm going to grab a couple of those H's, going from a 2 to like a 4H, and it gets a little lighter as I go. And then here's my B's. So these are softer. So there'll be a softer pencil, and then they'll appear darker. These are more smudgy. So they're a little bit, they look a little sloppier depending on what you're trying to draw. You can see sort of the progression of shade from darker to lighter. And if I try to smudge them, you can tell that the one on the left is going to actually smudge, the one on the right isn't. So that would tell you that that pencil on the left would be good for shading, versus that pencil on the right would be better for something a little bit more precise. And then they'll erase a little bit differently too. One might come off the page a little bit better than the other. So you can experiment with any pencils you want. I would recommend starting in the middle and then working kind of in both directions. But what I found is my particular way of drawing, that you're welcome to try if you want to, is I start with a hard pencil. So I'm a person that needs to draw a lot. I need to sketch a lot to make something clear. Some people can just draw a really precise line and they get the right line from the start. I have to kind of go over my line several times to get to the right location. So I draw my drawing first with a hard pencil, so it's a lighter tone, kind of working through the image, figuring out where all the parts of the body go. And then once I find that I like the way it looks, I'll go over with the soft pencil you can see. So start with an H and then go over it with a B, and that gives me a much more clear image in the end. So I recommend trying this method because I find that it works for me. It helps me sketch on my page, and then I can clarify and show exactly what I'm trying to say with my drawing. Okay, I'm going to go over just gestures one more time with you guys, as you'll be doing 20 this week from one of my PowerPoints for practice. So you can find this on Canvas, and this will just give you some gestures to work on. Similar to last week, we did 51 minutes last week. This week we're just doing 21 minutes. Last week you drew a real person, and this week we're just drawing pictures of people that you can find on Canvas. So they should all be everyone should end up having the same poses. They're sort of fashion style poses. So my people end up being about 6 inches long. I would recommend you getting yours to be at least 3 inches. So if they're really small, you need to keep working on making them longer. We want to show every part of the body. So we want to show the waist, the shoulders, the elbows. And by breaking it down into these different pieces and parts, it helps us to be able to efficiently draw the body. Don't erase. If you make a mistake, just draw on top of it. It makes it a lot faster so you can actually finish what you're trying to draw in that minute's time. And I often do like a ball shape for a shoulder or a knee or an elbow to just help find that location. This person had a pretty angled head, so that was an important part of the pose that I was trying to achieve. Everyone should look a little bit different, but they should generally achieve the mood and the style of the pose. Here's one more. You'll see that on that last one I started with the waist, and then this one I'm starting with the head. It's all up to you. People start in different locations on their drawing, but to me, if the person's body is really heavily angled from the waist, that often helps me to start there. Or if they're really heavily tilted from the head, it helps me to start there too.